jini iko ndani ya nini? Ya Nyeri. Hata siku yao Uhuru akisimama kusemekana kiti ya kusimama kiti ya president, Uhuru asimame, Raila asimame, Ruto asimame, Mudavadi asimame, Mwai Kibaki asimame, watu watachagua Mwai Kibaki hata kama amelala. Si ni kweli? Kwa hiyo mimi naomba hii akili yote iko na ugu wangu isije kapotea bure, kukaa huko na huko. Wale sisi tunataka siku ya leo kwa sababu wako hapa na uwazo. Akitaka hiyo mambo yote mnasema, akitaka hata ya seneta ataka gani, nani atamzuia? Lakini leo msikubali atoke hapa kabla hajafanya nini? Hajasema. Sasa mimi nataka kuchukua wakati huu kumkaribisha, naona mdogo wale Meru na ndara kuona leo tu. Tumukaribisha our guest of honor, Jimmy Kibaki, who is my brother, who is a good person, somebody who is learned. Na mnajua acha nimwambie kitu moja. Mnajua kitu moja nimemwambia, Dhua akiwa hapa na Jimmy yako hapa, hakuna pesa itapotea. Kwa nini? Kwa akaunti. Na sisi hapa nataka watu wako na 82 years mtu naenda kulala, hata kuna pesa inaibiwa kwa gate na amefanya nini? Amelala. Wacha mimi na halali tu. Hakuna shida. Sasa hebu tusimame tafadhali tukaribisha Jimmy Kibaki, brother, the deputy party leader, hapa.
Okay, asanteni sana. Thank you. Kuna governor, there are two governors here. Kuna governor na kuna governor. But let me address the T&D governor. My brother, you really like surprising me. You really like surprising me. I am flattered and I am honored for you to consider me. Lakini, like everything in life, hiyo kwanza tutafanya consultation kidogo, because sababu hiyo maneno nimesikia kwa saa hii. Kwa hivyo kila mtu wako na advisors wake, so sisi tutaconsult na hivi karibuni tuna communicate na chairman every day, so tuta consult. Unajua kwa siasa, we don't go for a seat just for going for a seat, eh? And I wanted actually to make that point this is a family, our family who are here. Kuna wengine wanasimama wanataka kuwa MPs, kuna wengine wanataka kuwa MCAs. Sijasikia mmoja akisema he wants to be the senator, because the governor we already have. Lakini when you are standing for a seat, musiwe munaenda for a seat just for the sake of it. Huh? Unajua politicians, many politicians in Kenya, wengi sana, they have very big egos, huh? Very big egos. So you might be going for a political seat na huna support. So like your name again is? Alex. Yes, I see your poster there. You are going to be Tetu MP. Yes. How many voters are in Tetu? 54,000. Out of those 54,000, how many of them are with you now? Can you say? 40%? 30%? If I was to conduct a scientific study, it can back you up. Now, sasa ni 20. Unaona? Na wewe unasimama wapi? Tetu. So you're competing against him. Oh, you're MCA. So this is what I mean. If you're going for a seat, please make sure as much as possible that you can get between, now before the election, between 40 and 50% of the registered voters to back you. Because after that, now when the official campaign starts, you just need to get maybe an additional, or even 10,000, 10%. If you have 60%, you have won the seat. If you have 55%, you have won the seat. The same thing for MCAs. This is the same thing we are talking about. Don't go for the sake of it. Kuna wengine watasimama to the MCA, even get 1,000 votes ni ngumu sana. So that is unfair to yourself, and also unfair to the party. I think this is what the chairman was talking about, because he has also done, alifanya nini, polling huko mashinani. So unaona, the important thing is, I have no doubt in my mind that Dr. Thuo Mathenge is the next governor for Nyeri. There is no doubt. But even as governor, he needs to have a team of MCAs to work with. Now, if you do not have the support, but you're coming to TND and telling us that you have the support, and TND loses that ward because you do not have the support, it's a disservice to the party and it's a disservice to the governor. Kwa sababu hatakuwa na watu. So, Bwana Gakuru, is there a way that the aspirants wanaweza kuja wakwambie, this is the support we have in the ward, in the constituency, in the county? Ndio tujue, we know where we stand. Because I must tell you something. TND, Nyeri is the home of TND. That means in Nyeri, we must have the majority of MCAs. We must win all the 6 parliamentary seats. We must win the senatorship, and of course, we must win the governorship. Nyeri County must be under the control of TND. If we are not winning in Nyeri, it doesn't matter what we do elsewhere, because nobody will take us seriously. But I can tell you, if we win all the seats in Nyeri, even whoever becomes president of Kenya, if all we do is win all the seats in Nyeri, whoever becomes president of Kenya will take us seriously, because we will be in control of the county. The second point I want to make, wale wa vijana, the ones who are standing for MCA, please, amongst yourselves, because you know, who is the most popular in your ward? Is there somebody else who is more popular than you? Are you going for the seat just to get a job? Because MCAs, they are paid very, very well. Huh? Even Mrs. Kariuki can tell us here, they are paid very well, and they travel to wanaendanga Dubai, sijui wapi, Singapore, kila mahali. It's a very good job. Is that what is attracting you for that seat, or do you want to serve the people? Because as our chairman said, TND is about serving the people of Nyeri. That is what we are there for. This current government in Nyeri has created such a mess. They have impoverished people. They have stolen our money. We want to have a government that works for the people. So if you are an MCA who is just looking for a job, please, TND is not the party for you. Leave it for somebody who wants to serve the people. And if you are an aspirant for MCA position, yet you know there is somebody who wants to run for that MCA position who is maybe 2 or 3 times more popular than you, get him into TND. We get him to run for that seat. And you, because you're stepping down for the more popular person, like the governor said, when he becomes governor, he will give you a job in the county government. Nobody will be left behind. TND is one family. The third and final point I want to make also involves the young people. This has got to do with elections from the ward, parliamentary, national, president, and all that. Kama unaangalia, if you look at the census, the figures of the population of Kenya, 80%, or I think 85% of the population of Kenya is below the age of 40. So we can say that Kenya is a young country. Wasai kama sisi, I know I look very young, but believe it or not, I'm going to be 60 next year, so we are not We do not cheat ourselves that we are young people. I think my niece would want to debate that one, Bwana Kibisho. But I'll tell you, the majority, 85% of Kenyans are under the age of 40. So the young people are the ones who decide who is going to be elected in Kenya. So when young people start telling me that they know young people in positions of authority, as MPs, governors, senators, and MCAs, I ask myself, then whose fault is that? You see, for me, to elect somebody who is 25 years old, to vote for somebody who is 25 years old, is very difficult, because that is the age of my son. So I start seeing him as almost like a baby. Secondly, with that 25-year-old, there's nothing I have in common with him. There's nothing. My son, Mwai Jr., he's 24. There is nothing. He even sees that I'm almost like a dinosaur. I'm so old. Huh? Even when I try and advise him now, because when I'm in university, he tells me, Dad, please, you don't even know what you're talking about. I mean, it's sour. It's okay. Now, who am I going to vote for? I am going to vote for somebody, maybe who is not 70 or 80, but maybe somebody who's around 45, 50, because now I can see that one maybe is a mature man and we can talk properly. So for young people, this is what I'm telling them. If you want to change this country, decide amongst yourselves that you are going to change it. If you say the next MP for Tetu, for example, is going to be 30 years old or younger than 30, you have the votes to Nini. That means that Alex is not going to make it. Right? What I'm saying, young people have the numbers. It is not for us to come and tell you, you have the numbers. Secondly, you have something in your youth that my generation and their generation do not have in their youth. You have very easy means of communication. Mobile telephones, computers, all sorts of things. So it's very easy to organize yourselves. So from where I sit, I get baffled when I hear young people saying, we are not being elected or nobody is voting for us. Yet, as we have seen, 85% of Kenyans are under 40 years of age. Right? So for young people, organize yourselves. In the very senior positions, let us also vote for people with experience and with the knowledge. That is what I mean by voting, for governor and president. You need people who have experience, not people who have never run anything in their lives. If you look at the businesses our chairman here does, if in doubt, look at this hotel. This is enough to show you that he is a man with a vision, he is a man who is capable, he is a man who can lead this country. He is a man who hata anaweza let watu for those people who are in their 20s, 30s, and maybe 40s, this is their time. Also, kama sisi, we are few, but you need us also for guidance. In this country, they're very well educated. Huh? They're the best educated generations we've ever had in this country. Do not be cheated by people who are giving you handouts. Follow the people who are giving you investment solutions. Follow the people who are giving you employment solutions. Follow the people who are giving you a vision for the future. I have a 24-year-old son. I have a daughter who is 8 years old. Don't ask me about those dynamics, but those are the facts. Now, I am 58 going on 59. So the difference in years between myself and my daughter is 50 years. I ask myself, 10 years from now, when I will be almost 70 and she will be 18, right? Now she'll be an adult. What kind of country are we going to have here? What kind of country? Okay. The second question I asked myself, if I went to see the doctor tomorrow and he told me, God forbid, Jimmy, I'm sorry, you only have 4 months to live. So I'd have to ask myself, in reference to who I can leave my family with, can I leave them with Dr. Zuo Madenge? In a heartbeat, in a minute. Can I leave them with that other fellow? No. So this is what we need to ask ourselves. The leaders we choose are the leaders we should entrust, we feel comfortable entrusting with our family. Because for a man, his family is everything, for most men. So if you can trust your children and your wife, if you can trust that man to look after your family when you're not there, then you can trust him with the county. You can trust him with the constituency. You can trust him even with the presidency. If you cannot trust him with your family, then you cannot trust him in any position of leadership. And we all know the people. All these people you see going around, we know them. We know them. Some have been there before, some are new. But we know them. People are known. Their histories are known. If you're feeling something in your mind about somebody, for goodness sakes, don't go and vote for them. As in TND, we want to have clean, dedicated, and honest people. If you don't ascribe to any of those values, then the other parties, there are parties are known by who, it's like a man. The British have a saying, show me your friends, and I'll show you the kind of man that you are. The people, if you see Dr. Zuo Madenge here with Jimmy Kibaki, Governor, now, it can show you the kind of caliber of man he is. If you go to other parties, you look around, unaangalia kila mahali is just full of wakoras. I'm not mentioning them, but you know them. And when you see them like that, because wakoras, they like sticking together, then you know what kind of a party it is. So you cannot have now that party coming to cheat people that what they are going to do for them. Because can you entrust a mukora with your business? Can you entrust him with your family? No. Some of these things are very simple. People are known by who they are and by their history and who they choose to align themselves with. Here in TND, we have very strong values, very, very strong values. Even if we feel that there is something about you that is not somehow right and does not fit in with the values of TND, then you are definitely not going to get the TND nomination. Because first we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves. So for the young people, good luck. We are also doing our due diligence. If you're running for MCA, don't come and tell us you can get 10,000 votes when we know you cannot even get 1,000. Sisi tutajua. If you have people you're competing with for the nomination, even before you all come to us, and by us we mean the executive committee, see if you can agree amongst yourselves who is the strongest. And you have to be very honest with yourselves. Huh? If tomorrow I said I want to run to be MP for Odhaya, now, I've not said that. But if I said, I would announce knowing that I have 60% of the vote. Without 60% of the vote, I cannot run for the Odhaya seat. If I say I'm going to run for senator, it's also the same thing. And I would do a scientific poll, because there is no point wasting time, money, and resources for something that you're not very sure that you're going to win. The governor, you see him campaigning very hard here. But I can tell you, he has, in my estimation, and I've done I think you have almost 60% of the vote right now. In Guinea now will just be to make it a proper mandate to like 80% and above. But that is why we are confident that we are going to get the Nyeri governorship this time, because we have done our homework. You see, so this is the way. You save your time, you save the party's time. If you are not popular, if you come to your ward and you can't show us, and we say, for example, tunataka kuja kanisa, ama tunataka kuja harambee, and you cannot show us even the number of people who are seated here, or if the people you show us are all members of your family, tutajua tu. You see, so let's be honest, because most people who are aspiring are not yet politicians. Politicians, once they've been in politics, get very big egos. You see, there are some who want to run for president, and we know also how many votes they can get. We saw our good friend Kalonzo Musyoka saying that Raila Odinga should stand down for him. I mean, come on. And even if Raila stood down for him, how does he know that Raila, what makes him so sure that Raila's supporters are going to support him? See, the election this year at the presidential level is a two-horse race. There's no doubt about it. And we know who the two horses are. So the other one's making noise. Or how even my friend Musalia ran away to UDA, and he's saying they are going to do some presidential nomination to see who will be the Kenya Kwanza presidential candidate. Who is fooling who? So this is what I mean, let us be realistic. In life, there will always be people who are stronger than you. There will always be people you are stronger than. But the important thing for those who are here is the party. If you cannot get the support in your ward, in your constituency, then help us to get the person who can help us with that seat. Because the important thing, especially in Nyeri, is to win those seats. In Kisii, we are going to be going there very shortly. There we are going to win also quite a few seats. And let me stop there. Mr. Chairman, I have heard the sentiments of these people. I have to consult. You know, let me tell you, a wise man always consults his advisors and close friends. And also, I have a boss. You'll be the first one I consult. If you don't know who my boss is, utajua who he is. You'll be told by the chairman. But I don't do anything major without consulting him. Right? That is Mzee. Mzee akikubali, then we are halfway there. Then we just consult one or two other people, and then we will make a decision definitely by next week, Bwana Chairman. Thank you very much.
njiguire ni cogeithi riu haya ndutureni a deputy party leader Ruhirwe 1 2 3 asante sana. We have had your sentiments na tutaenda kwa maombi hata kama father angekuwa hapa na tuna wengine maombi vikie Mungu aure mzee na iwe hiyo na iwe hiyo na iwe hiyo tumesema hiyo. God bless you. Asante sana gutakira ndungi etuguo party leader ekwaria ri tutigagio mundu wa kuhoi na leader tisia mani ukoithia no hene hoithagia jawani twina mutungatiri gatagati-ini gaitu mutungatiri